Gonna be insane. It's gonna be a good matchup. I'm a little worried that it could be a matchup where if you aren't tuned in yet, well, feels bad, man, because this could be over in like 3 minutes. We know Zi8gzag likes to play it fast, but will he get a chance to here as we get into game number 1? And what better place to start than Blinky finding his home country? We'll see if he gets the pin right.
Yeah, we see Zi8gzag, as you mentioned, going with the tactic to go fast, but they are in similar areas, so it seems like Zi8gzag not with the worst guess.
Nope.
But
Zi8gzag, we know, is a, at least according to himself, much more comfortable player when it comes to no movement NPC, or at least he prefers those game modes. And then going up against arguably the best moving player in the world, and Blinky is obviously something you kind of want to get over and done with quickly.
yeah, exactly. You have to do it. At one point, you do face Blinky in the league. For Zi8gzag, it's, you know, towards the end of the league. But he is also like 10th place, I think, so he also wants to get away from those places to guarantee his qualification for the World Championship.
He's scanning for the city name here. Does he maybe have it? I didn't get to see it in time, but it was clear that as soon as he saw the city name, he figured, I know the area that this city is going to be in, and indeed he does. Up towards the north. Off to a great start here is our reigning world champion Blinky, who today is playing no beanie Blinky mode. That's not often we get to see that, but we'll see if maybe the no beanie Blinky is waking up stronger here.
I mean, he's off to a good start. I mean, already took off 1.5k health of Zi8gzag. And that was only 2 rounds with low multipliers, so it only gets worse from here for Zi8gzag, or better. We shall see. We are in urban Brazil here. Both of them will try to find those precious area codes. We do like to see them in Brazil because they're ordered in a very nice way. Blinky found a sign, but that did not look like it contained any helpful information.
It's a rare occasion that Blinky gets to spend 30 seconds in moving. I had a chat with him 2 weeks ago. We were talking about the fact that, I mean, it's whenever people play moving against Blinky, he really wants to like pinpoint, you know, spend time on the rounds, but he never gets a chance to because people try to play fast against him. This time around, though, a little out of the ordinary between these two playstyles, at least. It's actually Blinky to get the guess in first. Did he see an area code? Is that what he bases it on?
Yeah, he saw the 14. The 10s are in Sao Paulo. Meanwhile, Zi8gzag also found one, so both of them will be rather close. Seems like Blinky has memorized the order of the numbers a bit better for the area codes in Sao Paulo, but it's only really a minor mistake.
Yeah.
But against Blinky, it adds up. Minor mistakes add up.
Exactly. The thing is, I mean, normally in the playstyle that Blinky, that Zi8gzag is putting on it. Ooh, is Blinky fast again?
Yeah, he found another phone code in Japan, and they're also very ordered. Meanwhile, Zi8gzag is looking at the pole plate, making his guess based off that. And it seems like they're both in the same city in Kumamoto.
Yeah.
So no points here, I'd say.
They've both gotten it. But that's the thing, right? Zi8gzag wants the multipliers to stack. He wants... he doesn't mind taking 110 damage here and there. The issue is he took a lot of damage early on, as you noticed, as well, as you mentioned as well, Ziggy. He wants those multipliers up high with his quick guesses, because then, I mean, all he needs is the opponent to make one fatal mistake, and that could be GG. But against a guy like Blinky, usually that just does not happen. Did he get the city already? He might actually.
Yeah, it seems like
they both did.
They both. It was on a sign, and as you said, he wants the multipliers to stack up because... You know what he's not gonna do? He's not gonna beat Blinky on consistency in moving. He's not gonna do that. That is not possible for him, quite frankly. But he can beat him. But maybe not in France, because we're back
another
in
France round. Not easy. 3.5 times multipliers. Zi8gzag is still sat at 3,600 health, so has enough space to maneuver, you'd argue, in a country like France. We'll get the guess in first, just on the northwestern side of Lyon. We'll see if Blinky opts to follow. No, he's gonna go further north. Nope, now jumping back down again.
Yep, adjusting his guess, but what an adjustment it was.
One of those where a plunk in the middle would have maybe gotten you the closest. It's rare, but we do see some very intentional center sense every now and again. And this time around would have been one of them.
Yeah, and we did see Zi8gzag throwing his hands up, being like, yeah, what am I supposed to do here? Meanwhile, we do move to the neighbor of France, which is Germany. And we see a quick send by Zi8gzag this time, because it seems like he is not comfortable moving against Blinky again. Now the question is, did Blinky find anything helpful?
Might have. Regardless, they're gonna be within the same distance, and once again, Blinky stays flawless through 7 rounds against Zigzag, who in himself is a very, very capable player. So Blinky putting on a really, really good show here in the first game of moving.
Yeah, even though Zi8gzag doesn't prefer to move, he still has a pretty decent win rate in the World League in moving. But he usually wins against opponents that are not Blinky, and now he's playing him, so...
Yep.
Not an easy one.
Averages, I mean, all their averages have been sitting in the 45, 4600s. These two players are both incredibly talented. Now let's see. Round number 8, a lot of multipliers going on. This is where Zi8gzag could potentially get damage done. Issue is he's giving Blinky a lot of time, and I think Blinky might have it once again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it says on that sign, but he seemed very confident with it. It says municipality of 2p. So I don't know if he just knows that.
Maybe he does. We're about to find out. Zi8gzag leans back in the chair, knowing that he's probably not gonna get it. Blinky, GG. 5 kilometers off, 6,000 damage done. Now reigning world champion takes game number 1.
No mercy by Blinky. They're not losing a single point.
Wow.
In the moving game. I mean, what can
9
you really
round
say?
flawless against Zi8gzag. That is not something you see too often. But if there's a guy to do it, that is a man on your left. As we now hop into no move.
Yeah, we see no big reaction by Blinky, just another day on the job. Casual, flawless.
Casual flawless. Worst thing is you're not even wrong, but let's see it. Oh, had they been just 30 meters down the road, you could have read a lot more on that sign. It's where you need your home cinema in 4K just to play GeoGuessr on, so that you can get even closer to the text. Because that's how pixels work.
Yeah, that's definitely how it works, right? I was like,
Enhance. Have you ever seen like CSI and all those shows? Just
yeah,
enhance.
Back in the day, I was like, yeah, that definitely works. But now I realize, okay, that was a lot of baloney.
Oh yeah, the art of enhancing. Let's continue this one though. As Zi8gzag, first points he's gonna get on the board. At least first damage he's gonna get done. It's blinking out. No longer chance to play flawless back to back.
I mean, Zi8gzag is flawless in this game. Obviously, wow, what a... The prediction is swaying massive towards Zi8gzag's side here. Not sure why, but it seems like Blinky does not like to guess Colombia.
Well, Zi8gzag was quick to put his pin down north side of Bogota, but hasn't quite committed to anything just yet. Blinky is now all the way down towards the Ecuadorian? I don't know, Ecuadorian? Is that what the word is?
Equator.
The Ecuador border? I don't even know. Ecuadorian is what I'm gonna call it now, but that's probably wrong. The Equi border, and he knew. He knew the city, 2.5 kilometers out. Doesn't matter if it's move or no move. Now,
I don't know how.
Tied up.
To be honest. Don't know how he did it, but what a guess.
There we go. Into round 3. What do you see here, Ziggy?
Yeah, very interesting. We do have a black car, but it does seem like we are in Mexico, judging by this pole. So I don't know where that would put me, because usually you don't get it towards Chiapas. So both of them will probably not go there. I quite like Blinky's guess, but it's always easy to say I like Blinky's guess when he's somewhat confident, you know.
Whenever he guesses first, like, yeah, that's only a 5k. Or close there too. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. And Ziggy does move in close. Not close enough though. Blinky on point once again. And again, we need to go back to Zi8gzag's playstyle. Of course, taking damage off some guesses is fine, but you also have to be able to stay alive all the way to the high multipliers. And right now, Blinky putting on a masterclass of not allowing that to happen.
Yeah, that last guess, the last 2 guesses were quite insane. And don't know how he got the town in Ecuador, and not in Ecuador, but near Ecuador. And I also have no clue how he got the last round. So, yeah, it's looking like a Blinky masterclass, as you said.
Definitely. I can tell you that it is actually Ecuadorian. I just did not know that. Okay, I thought he 5k'd it, but they were both there. And this is one of those rounds where, as difficult as it is, because when do you ever get a guy like Blinky, or Zi8gzag for that matter, 800 kilometers off? That's probably one of those rounds where Zi8gzag was like, oh, that was my one slip up on him. Like, that was my one chance where I could have gotten some big points.
Yeah, but it also looked like where they were guessing, so it's very hard to go against your instinct, and you don't want to question every single guess you'd make, because that will only hurt your confidence in the long run, I feel like.
Exactly. Back towards Japan we go. At least according to the very edge we could see of that pole there. And Blinky, Zi8gzag's initial cursor. Blinky is there to follow as well. What are they basing off? It's just foliage alone?
Yeah,
seems like
foliage alone.
A tricky one, but Zi8gzag able to get some much needed points here. 2,400 damage done to Blinky, now putting him up ahead.
You know, just for perspective, I just looked at the stats, and Blinky is on a 14-game win streak. So he hasn't lost a game in 14 games. That is insane.
That's also, I mean, he was sat in the pile.
Wow, we have two completely different guesses.
Yeah.
Completely different. We are like 5,000 kilometers away. We are in the same country, though. It is Russia. Zi8gzag with the insta-guess. Blinky zooming out. He's thinking about it. Oh! He switched!
The last second readjustment all the way up there, and he wins it anyway! Wow. The laugh emote, I mean, Zi8gzag does not know what was about to happen. You can see it on Blinky's face too, he's like, ooh, that almost got scary for a second.
Yeah, Blinky checking the stream real quick and seeing, wait, Zi8gzag guessed there. Oh yeah, it's there, guys. So, okay, he guesses it, but not only guessed in the west, he's also on the correct road.
Before you guys think that might be the case, even though we just say it for fun, there is a delay on the game, so they that's not possible. Don't worry, don't give chat any crazy ideas. You can't just give them the fuel, the oil for the pitchforks and torches. You know, can't have that happen.
I can't really call out somebody who has won 2 World Cups in GeoGuessr in person. Not really possible to cheat there, if you ask me.
That is true. Zi8gzag, first one, to put it down towards the northeast of Spain. Blinky is further towards the south. This is yet another big one. Could actually be game, and most likely will be. Yes, it does. Zi8gzag able to stay alive for long enough to get Blinky shaken. And now it is a 1-1, so 15-game win streak. Not gonna happen for Blinky.
Yeah, I mean, 15 game or matches. I get confused between match and game. So he did win the 14 last matchups against the opponent.
Okay.
It could be 2-1.
That's
it could be 2-0. That's a different story, you know. But still,
I thought you said he 2-0'd 7 times in a row. That'd be pretty insane.
I mean, he might. You know, it might be the case. He might 14 games 2-0'd.
Yeah. Now
we do call NPC.
Yeah. Now it's an NPC. This is all they get. That's why you can only see the foreheads and the hair. Because their faces are glued to the monitors. They don't get to zoom in. They don't get to turn the camera around. All they do is get to stare at this image, get as many clues as they can, and guess based on that.
And already we do see a big difference. We see a Java guess and a Kalimantan guess. Java quite risky. We do see this roof, which doesn't have any tiles, which is usually the case in Java. So Zi8gzag maybe with the better guess, but in Java anything is possible. And these
when Blinky locks in first, it's usually not far off. This one, not going to be the case either, but for some distance to it. But Zi8gzag further off. As he takes a pretty big chunk of damage. For 1,200, or something like 1,400 at that in round 1.
Yeah, and we do move to Zi8gzag's home country of Australia here. We do see the bollard on the left side of the road. Maybe a bit hard to see actually, but yeah, I can imagine it. I can imagine it.
There's a pixel or two. Melbourne sent by Zi8gzag out towards the eastern suburbs.
Yeah, quite far south here.
He's down there with him.
Yeah, not even in Australia he's safe anymore against Blinky. What can you really do?
You're not safe anywhere. You're going up against Blinky.
Fair enough.
Ooh, beautiful location. Looks very US West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, does seem like the highway going on the coast here, as we do see both of them trying to line up something.
It's a straight east to west wrap on the road. You can kind of see with the compass down in the bottom left. So makes sense that they're trying to find these bends. It's Blinky. I mean, there's like 2,000 of them to pick and choose from, and I don't really get a whole lot to work with, but it doesn't matter. Oh my! Did he change last second? Was he actually on the 5K?
Yeah, that almost looked like he was on the 5K and then switched last second to something he liked a bit more. But
wow.
Yeah.
Blinky, man. The art of leaving me speechless. You've done it too many times now.
As we go into an India, and maybe this is what Zigzag needs, but it seems like they both have figured out it's in the northeast. We do see a few pine trees on the right, which is, I think, near something you would see near Bhutan. So that's where both of them are looking. They're both in the same... Oh, wait. Zigzag switched a lot.
Hasn't fully committed yet. Still 5 seconds to readjust, but he's all the way up towards north. Now jumping back again. Maybe doing it for show, doing it for the fans out there. But he is going to commit to the east, and good on him for doing so, because not only did he get back in spot, he also wins the round. 600 damage done. No flawless for Blinky as we go into round 5.
Yeah, that could have been a massive round for Zigzag if he wasn't playing against somebody who also got that round. Seemed like a pretty tricky one. As we go into this should be a pretty straightforward Latvia. We do see the hooks on the poles. Both of them will definitely go Latvia here.
Well, still 3 times multipliers. Damage could be abound, but no big distance in between their guesses. At least not thus far. As oh, are we technically it? No, it's right on the border.
Yeah, it should be Latvia, but might need the VAR here.
That a pole have snuck its way across the border. You never know.
I mean, it happens. It happens sometimes. As we see this, oh wow.
Quick guess come through in Colombia for Blinky. Zigzag yet to even open the map. 9 seconds left to work with.
Yeah, we see a quite confident send here by Blinky, and he might think that it's a hard round. That's why he insta-sent, but seems like Zigzag will also end up in the western part of Colombia.
Yeah, right next to one another. Blinky, though, closer as the multipliers keep on stacking. 600 damage done since Zigzag down just under 2,000 health. As now into round 7.
And we do see a New Zealand round here. Something Zigzag has studied a bit, but in this round there is not much to go off. My immediate guess was Napier, just judging by the hill to the south, but it could be a lot. Could be Tauranga, could be... Yeah, it could be a lot.
Yeah, with 4 times multipliers, the distance in between your guesses here could come with quite the cost.
Yeah, for some reason I like Napier, but it's really hard to tell.
Until these they're both trying to figure it out too. Had they been more comfortable with it, they would have probably guessed already, but 40 seconds already run off the clock, just 20 remaining.
Yeah, urban New Zealand is very, very hard. This time at least you have some type of landscape to the left. But other than that, you basically have to vibe it out here. Should be North Island though, with the big house. As we see them both in the same city.
Late login. Oh,
late switch!
Swap last second. Let's see if it's going to come to call. It does! He jumps off 400 kilometers out, and it's not going to be game. But oh my god, we talked about it before, how Zigzag, whenever he gets a chance to punish mistakes, has to do it. And how many times have we seen the last second adjustments from Blinky where it's come to help him? This time around, though, works against him.
Yeah, that was very, very last second switch. Literally the very last one. As we see a turkey around here with snow everywhere, which is usually the case in the very, very far east. Very far east, even more east than both of them are right now. So I quite like Zigzag's guess here.
Let's see.
That's usually
Blinky, that's first one to log in. 341 health on 4.5 times multipliers.
I really like Zigzag's guess here. This might be the game for him.
Could be. Could very well be. Let's see if he's going to take it home against the world champion. He jumps out of the chairs, happy as can be. 2 points garnered against Blinky, your world champion of last year. What a comeback. Blinky going flawless through moving. And then Zigzag swings back and nets himself the next 2 games.
Yeah, I kind of jinxed